Many times I feel like I am the only person that's being sensationalist in some of the situations that I'm in. I always think, why can't people see some of the things that I'm seeing, right? People in general talk so relaxedly about really scary things, and it's not perceived to be by them as anything particularly scary. One of them is privacy, and the idea of privacy on the internet is so ignored. It's like, let's trade away privacy for packets of chips. One of these local fast food franchises was doing this. We'll give you some free chips if you give us the names of all your friends. We give away a lot of this privacy, thinking that, it's not that important to us. It's not that critical. Facebook recently, in a documentary, showed that just about 6 billion people have made their way and found their way onto Facebook. And the last billion, it's a little harder to get them all onto Facebook, but they want them. They're after this last billion. The last billion. They want the last billion. The issue, of course, is that they're giving away free Wi-Fi and all kinds of things to governments, to countries, just to grab these last billion people. And one of the questions that we have to ask ourselves is, why is it so important to have every single person controlled and appearing on the internet? Why is it so important to have everyone? Well, without being in any way alarmist, you've got to understand that information is everything. What you know about everybody and at any time is critical, and it's vitally important. And there may come a time when that information may or may not be used against people. So vitally important to sort of understand that your likes and dislikes and the things that you say, all of these things are going to be taken down, and they'll be brought up as what your beliefs are, what your belief systems are. So it's vitally important at some stage that you stop thinking that the only thing that's valuable to you in your life is your game on the weekend, or your music, or some of the things that you like and believe in, right? Some of those things are basically, they seem to be holding your attention and all of where you're going in terms of your life. But you don't realize that information may be used against you. You must be very, very careful that your privacy is kept intact. What I find really interesting, though, of course, and is that this is an illusion, and I think we've discovered this from This Machine Kills Secrets, an amazing book. Many of the publications that are out there related to privacy, and even this documentary again proved it, that there is no privacy. Privacy is just an illusion. The minute that little chain has been broken, in other words, the minute you've granted one person, one company, one institution the right to your privacy, and that they will only use that information for their own internal, the minute you've allowed that one time, you now basically have compromised your entire privacy right across the internet. These organizations buy each other out. They are privy to the information that they have. If you think that you're not on Facebook and you don't have to deal with Facebook, you are dealing with Facebook every day, whether it's with WhatsApp. WhatsApp is owned by Facebook. Whether it is that it's owned by Instagram, or Snapchat. All of these companies exchange information, and I know you do not believe this, but they do exchange information. The minute companies go up for review, or they go up for purchase, acquisition, backdoor listings, front door listings, whatever you want to call it, the minute they IPO, the minute, all of that information, those databases are manipulable by the corporations that have a look at that information, that audit that information. And most of these companies are the big accounting firms, the big banking organizations. They would like to know, right? They want access to that information. The biggest, anyway, I could go into this on a much grander scale, but I think that kind of is about as much as I want to say on this particular subject. But privacy is a thing. People always say, like, what are you hiding? If you're so worried about privacy. It's not that. It's just that at some time in the future, that information can be pulled out and be wielded against you. So you must be very, very careful. And that could relate to your religion. It could relate to your belief systems. It could relate to who you are as a person, your sensibilities, your stance on the Creator, your stance on God. You have to be careful.